What about it, everybody?
Hey, how are you?
So, I don't know about y'all, but the music for the Tuesday night is better than the music for the morning show.
I love that music.
That's just my vote. We may have to change the music for the morning show. I just don't feel it like I do at night. So the night music sort of sounds like night music. The morning music's like way too early for morning. I mean, way too loud for morning. Let me say that. All right, so that one's empty. I have to work on that. I've been back down in my back for like 2 days, guys, so I just ain't been really getting it. Between taking all my medicine and ibuprofen and this coffee, I don't know. Nothing's worked so far, but we're working on it. It'll pass in time. So we got a house full of people in here already. We done got 17 people in here. Wow, what a great show we just come from. Grassroots living and Texas family camping and the private dancers behind the scenes. That was pretty cool. Love the little dancers. If y'all missed Texas family camping, y'all have to go back over there and watch the dancers in the background. So my challenge to Texas family camping is by the time he does the next live, the girls has to know how to do the shuffle. I mean the hustle. Well, I'm just all tongue tied. The hustle. Do the hustle. Yeah.
Okay, we don't want to see you do it.
I can do the hustle. I remember that one.
Let's see, Jerry.
You gotta have some music. Though. You gotta have the music. You know, to feel the...
My back will not allow the hustle.
I do believe Jerry has more rhythm than Gary.
I got a dance trophy.
I have no rhythm right now.
Do you really, Jerry?
Yeah, me and my wife won country swing dance, and I won a break dancing trophy, first place. Mm-hmm.
Nuh-uh.
I was a lot younger.
Wow.
So I bet Angela could do the hustle.
But can you do the peanut butter jelly time dance?
No, I can eat some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Hey, I went to Christian Bible camp one week. It was like a weekend camp one time. And like the bus broke down, like we were supposed to be there in time to eat lunch. It was supper. We were late for supper. That's how late we was getting there. And by the time I got there, I was short fat boy was starving. And so they had a pile of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches sitting there. I ate them till I was puking.
Oh my God.
And I would not eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for years after that. But Fat Boy was hungry, and I was putting them babies away. So, but anyway, so we got Sonia with RV DJ in the house. We're going to talk to her in just a little bit. We got Jerry Holly, the fireman, in the house with us. And Felix, the boss, is here. And Nettie don't have good internet, so she is in the chat room keeping an eye on all y'all yahoos. Troubadour just come in the door. Troubadour, we were talking conversation at Texas Family Camping today. And so, talking about how I always mention you guys. Troubadour is...
I miss him too.
Do what?
I miss Troubadour too. I haven't seen him in a while.
So, Troubadour, I don't know if you were at the morning show, but we had Hamiltonville Farm. Guess what they do as a side hustle? They got a flower farm, Troubadour. You'll have to go check that out. We talked a lot about flower farming this morning. That was interesting. And then me and my wife talked about it all evening.
So are you going to start a flower farm then?
Well, flower farm coming right now.
You never know. Somebody's got to do something to make a living.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I don't know. We got to do something. First, we got to sell, buy back cheap, have a place to live, and then go from there.
We're going to start something to get that beard off of you or get it shaved down.
Be real honest with you. Neither me nor Tammy has time for a job right now. Have you ever heard those saying? You ever hire somebody and all they ever want to do is take off? They're too busy to have a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way me and Tammy is right now. We're too busy to have a job. We're too busy trying to get rid of a lot of debt. There's a lot of work to that, ain't there, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
Have you got paid yet, Jerry Holly?
Yes, sir.
Thank the
Friday
Lord.
was a big day. Yeah. So
Oh, good deal.
it's kind of odd though. Coming home, I had to drive by the old house, and it's kind of weird seeing somebody else's truck sitting in my driveway though. Got to admit.
All right. So, have I got anything I need to go over? Anything y'all need to know about the show? For those that are not on during the morning, you can go to the About page. We have our podcast info. We have our store, which if you buy before 11:59 tonight, that is Pacific time, right?
Yes.
If you buy before 11:59 Pacific time tonight, you can get 10% off anything in the store. That includes if you're a member, you get that member shirt 10% off as well. That is a Teespring discount. That is not a Daydream discount because that shirt is already 42 cents over cost, but you'll get it even less. So it'll be like $11 less.
So is that the same thing with Happy Place Camping too? You got that discount?
Yep, you can go to Happy Place Camping store. It's a discount.
If I send my cup back and get a discount,
hey, that looks good.
Get a discount.
That's awesome.
It looks good.
We got that over there. We got the membership information link, which there's a join button, I think, below here. That'll tell you all about being a member. Let's check out that hot mug. We got the Patreon link over there. We got, what else we got over there? We got all the podcast information.
Man, you're getting quite the collection there, Jerry.
And I don't drink coffee. I don't know what I'm going to do. They hold glasses.
Hot chocolate or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Pen holder.
Hey, Jerry, chocolate milk. That's what the rest of these yahoos drink. Nobody ever know the difference.
Well, when it drops below 30 degrees, then I'll fire up the coffee pot. But we've got a ways to go, I think, before we get there.
Okay. All right. So the About page on Daydream About Nice Things will hook you up with all that. For those that are not members, that are never hear this spiel during the morning, members, they get a little behind the scenes of me and Tammy in our life and behind the scenes of the crew. When they share it with me and tell me I can share it with the members, I'll share it, pass that along. We've had some interesting photos being shared in the last few days. So they're members only. It's stuff that we don't share here. So it's $4.99 a month. I get about $3.50 a month of that. And so just a little bit more content. Also, the community tab is free. I put a lot of stuff on there. You guys go over there. That is Facebook for YouTube, basically. So I put a lot of content on my community tab. I wear it out, don't I, Felix?
Yes.
Usually about every day I put something on there, it and the members page. Maybe not every day, but every 2 or 3 days anyway. So if there's any notices that I need to get out to everybody, it'll be on the community tab.
I got my shirt. I got to go get it so I can show it to you.
Okay. So, anyway, that's on that. Anything else? So, I think that's it. And we're going to get to our guest. Don't forget the 10% off. I mentioned that. All right, I think we're good. So, Sonia, how's it going?
It's going very well. Thanks, Gary.
I'm glad that you were able to come on and be with us.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
So while Jerry is gone to get that super cool t-shirt, tell us about your channel, what it's about, and how it got started.
Pretty much my channel, I own, besides my regular day job,
Oh my gosh!
Stand up, Jerry. Stand up.
I think they came in the wrong size.
Oh my god!
minute, Jerry. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up,
I
Jerry.
can't breathe in this thing.
Stand up, Jerry. I'll have to rewind it. Hang on. Wait a minute. That's going to be on the community drive tonight.
Hey, it fits now.
Christy Angela just spit out her wine.
Oh my god.
I'll be back.
Oh no. That's so funny.
The chat's gone nuts. Rayleigh just lost his drink. Bob said it like the Kool-Aid man.
Now, see, this is the right size one.
That's much better.
They've been a bunch of wine spit out on some laptops. Oh, man. So that shirt and the other shirt, either one can be bought over on our Teesprings account. It's $10.99 regular price, but 10% off. If you're a member, you get a link, a private link for that. So,
And I have a small that I will sell really cheap.
Christy Angela said her wine is totally all over the floor.
I think I'm gonna give my small to Darby. I think Darby will wear it.
Oh, Lord. Whew, that was too good. Sorry about that, Sonia.
Yeah, that's okay. It was quite funny.
Oh, man. All right, so, Jerry,
Yeah.
we're going to let Sonia tell about her awesome channel.
Okay. I can breathe.
No more,
Okay.
no more shows until
Okay.
after the interview. That was good, though. For all you podcasters, if I ever download this to podcast, you'll have to watch it. I can't even explain it. So, Sonia, let's start over. You got an awesome channel, the RV DJ. What is your channel about? How did you get started with it?
I own a DJ business, and I DJ at 6,000 trails and encore campgrounds here in Jersey, down the shore.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and been doing that for about. I've had the business for 25 years. I've been doing the campgrounds for about 15 years. But also at one of the campgrounds that I DJ at is where my camper sits on a seasonal site. So pretty much I'll drive down the shore on a Friday afternoon after work, stay down there for the weekend, do whatever gigs I have on a Saturday, or depending on if it's a holiday weekend or how many it is that weekend, and then drive home on Sunday. So when this whole pandemic thing hit, we started watching, YouTube, and we hit across Traveling Robert.
Oh, yeah.
So he was kind of like the inspiration for me starting all of this. So I started, I wasn't allowed, because of the restrictions and everything. My season usually starts in April and goes to the end of October. Well, we weren't allowed to do they wouldn't let us into the campground until the first week in May. So right there, we lost a month and a week. And then I wasn't able to start any of my gigs until it really started ramping up like 4th of July weekend. But the people at the campground where I stay at, they were kind of getting bored of sitting around because the playground wasn't open, the pool wasn't open. They really couldn't do anything. So a couple of them came up to me and said, "Hey, Sonia, do you think that maybe you can talk to the manager? Maybe she'll let you do a gig from your campsite." So I said, well, all you can do is ask, what is she going to, know is the worst thing she could say. So I went up to her and I said, hey, people are asking me, they want some kind of entertainment, if I do, can I play some music, but I'll do it from my campsite and we'll start this social distancing dance parties.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. So she says, well, let me talk to my boss about it. So she sent him an email and he said, as long as they're socially distanced and there's no big gatherings and she can do it from her campsite, then I have no problem with it. So that started like the second week in June. Meanwhile, I wasn't playing anywhere else because I wasn't allowed. They weren't having any entertainment. So I was doing these social distancing dance parties from the front of my camper because I have a corner site. So I set all my stuff up in front of the camper. I plug into the electrical box, run an extension cord, and the park is small enough to where I can turn it up just enough, and you can hear all the way to the back of the park. So I said, getting back to where the channel began, I said, I could do this. I had a YouTube channel for like 9 years, but I never did anything with it. And so I said, well, I can start videoing these social distancing dance parties. And when I don't have a gig, I can go out to the local areas and do some videos, parks and beaches and stuff like that. The only problem is because of the copyright laws with the music, when I do a video, I have to use royalty-free music. So it kind of takes away from it a little bit. But other than that, if you look up any of the videos, you'll see, where I go to different campgrounds and what they look like and stuff like that. It's just the music that I have to change.
Right.
So I'm sitting here, and originally the channel was just under my regular name because I never did anything with it. So I said, well, what can I change this to really make it pop, So I'm like, let's see. Well, I've got a camper, and I'm a DJ. So how about the RV DJ?
I think it's a cool name.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. I did the one on YouTube, and I looked up the RV DJ, and there's one or two out there, but they're in foreign countries, and you can't even read the description. It's not even in English, and there was nothing in the States that had the name of the RV DJ. So I said, "Oh, the heck with it. Let me use it." So here I am.
Yeah, that's cool. So when you have these dance parties at the campground, do they let you have like a tip bucket so you can sort of help pay royalty fees when you do the ones in the campground?
Well, in the campgrounds are all how do I explain it? The campgrounds are all owned by a corporate company. Okay.
Yeah.
Which holds the ASCAP and BMI license for all the campgrounds. So I don't have to carry that.
I got you.
And that's an expensive fee. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Right.
ASCAP licenses are expensive.
Yeah, I have a friend that does that. And I know he talks about having the license because he does proms and all kinds of stuff. And he talks about people that do it without a license can do it. And because they don't have to pay that big fee.
Yeah, it's a few $1,000s. It's not cheap.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan Chitwood, for the tip. Appreciate that.
So the campground main office holds that ASCAP and BMI license, and I'm covered under that umbrella.
I got you. Just
like the bands and everything else that they hire when they're not using a DJ, when they have a band, same thing. When they do a cover song, it's covered under that whole license. So I don't have to worry about any of that. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So when you do events at the campground, is it usually hosted by the campground, or
Yes.
is it individuals that have events there?
I do both. Besides doing the campground work, I do private parties. 99% of my private parties are from people that I know from the campgrounds, whether it be, Sweet 16s or weddings or whatever. It's always somebody that, they'll text me or come up to me while I'm working and say, hey, can you do this on this date? And, boom, it's like an instant gig right there because they've heard the music, they know how long I've been there, and they just say, all right, we're just going to use Sonia, make life easy, So, the campground is the campgrounds are the ones that hire me. I get my next season schedule a year in advance. So now that our season is winding down, I have 3 more gigs left and I'm done for the season.
Gotcha.
But because of our late entry in seasonal entry into the campground because of the virus, they're extending our season 2 more weeks. So instead of us having to winterize the first weekend in November, we get to stay an extra 2 weeks to the middle of November. So they kind of made up for it.
So you're kind of like a work camper, ain't you?
Yes and no.
That's a separate gig from your camping spot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain because even though I hold a regular 40-hour-a-week job, when I do the business, it's always at the same campgrounds, and they now is the time they're going to start picking their dates for next year.
You're right.
So by February, March of 2021, I'll have my dates for the whole summer.
I got you. So I was trying to catch up here. Jerry Holly wants to know more about the peanut butter jelly dance.
No, that's from Nettie. I just put it in the field. Nettie asked that question.
That's become a hit. Everybody, when I come on, do a live or something, everybody expects me to do that. There's a song that was done back in the 90s called Peanut Butter Jelly Time. And I'll tell you a little story. At the campground that I stay at, when I do these dance parties and stuff, him and his family, when they're there, they always come out and they listen to the music. And his favorite song, he's like 3 or 4 years old, and his favorite song is Peanut Butter Jelly Time. And the kid was born deaf at first, and he had tubes put in his ears and everything, and he can hear now. So whenever he hears that song, he does the peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, butter jelly time, and it's cute, to watch him do it. So that's where that came from.
So, Jesse does that too. Every day at lunchtime, he does that.
Jelly time, peanut butter.
So
everybody knows that song, though.
When I started doing it in my lives, it's become like a natural thing now. People expect me to do it every time I do a live stream, and they ask me, do it, son, you do it,
So Jerry said that the shirt he was wearing a while ago was the wrong size. But actually, that is the shirt Jerry had before COVID. And then he eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So that's what it looked like now. After working from home since March.
Yeah, the summer's been a little bit different than what I've obviously previous years and stuff. Besides doing the social distancing dance parties from my campsite, when I go to the other campgrounds, I'm usually doing either pool parties or beach parties where I'm actually right on the pool deck or right there on the beach with the people, and they're dancing or just hanging out at the pool or whatever. And this year it's been a little awkward and different because of the fact that we weren't allowed, the entertainment that they have wasn't allowed to be right up on the pool deck with the people, and plus the pools were at staggered schedules. So they would be open an hour and a half, they would close for half an hour to clean and sanitize, and then reopen. So it wasn't steady like it normally was.
Right.
So to be away from all the people that I know and that I'm friends with, down there, they would, they came up to me and they would come and see me, while I was playing in these different areas. But, I'm so used to, playing on the pool deck and, just walking around and talking to people, and it's been a little different,
Yeah. So what kind of RV do you have?
I have a 2018 Sunset Trail. It's it's about 31 feet from hitch to spare tire, 27 feet living space. It's a travel trailer.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
So you get to leave yours year round in your spot?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome, ain't it?
Yeah, it stays in the same spot, and then we have to winterize it, obviously, and then it sits there by itself for 6 months, and then we come back in April, first weekend in April, and get to dewinterize and start the season.
So I may have missed it. What state are you in?
I'm in Jersey.
Jersey. I should know that. That southern accent you got just overwhelmed me. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man. So you've been doing the RV DJ since the shutdown, basically, right? But you already had your YouTube channel.
I've had the channel since 2011, but I just never did anything with it. Kind of forgot about it,
So you're pretty new I've seen you around for a little while, but you've not been in our little group for very long, have you? Did you work your way over from Traveling Robert, or where did we meet? I've seen you around some, but I couldn't remember where I met you.
Well, we started watching Traveling Robert. That was, what we watched when I first started watching YouTube on a regular basis. But when I decided to start posting videos and stuff, RV Weekends actually commented. RV Weekends actually commented on one of my videos, so I started watching them and just kind of following around and stuff like that. So that's kind of like how I got to know the communities.
Yeah, right. Yeah, RV Weekends. We've been friends for a while, for sure. She's one of the first few friends that I got when we started growing pretty good, and so. But yeah, so what has surprised you the most about having I guess since you've been the RV DJ, because like before you said you didn't really get too involved, but since you've been doing the RV DJ, what has surprised you the most about doing YouTube videos and stuff?
What has surprised me the most?
Yeah, people being mean, nice, helpful.
No, they've been
above. That is an answer. All the above.
I haven't really encountered anybody mean. It's kind of like the regular, when you go to a campground, regular camping community where everybody's nice and helps you out and stuff like that. I've gotten a ton of support with it. A lot of people that really like to see the different campgrounds and what I do there, and they've been really supportive. They've been really a great bunch of people. I really don't have any complaints at all.
Yeah, and if you've watched my channel very long, you already know that I always wanted to have a morning radio show, and so really? I'm living my dream right here.
There you go.
My night show is just a bonus, but my morning show is what I always wanted to. One of the things I always wanted to do. Thought it was cool, and that's one of the reasons our show is run like it is, because that's how I always envisioned it, with a group of people, And so for you to be a DJ, man, what I would do to have a show to be able to use licensed music.
Yeah,
that would.
And that's where it kind of stinks, because you can't use the real music,
Right.
And I just personally think it takes away from the real effect of what the video could be.
Yeah. Well, I love the music I have, and everybody's heard me brag on it. But it would be cool every now and then to throw some, I guess listen to a lot music,
Right.
music that people can relate to. But I will say this: our
Only thing we'd be hearing is Stevie Nicks. That's all we would.
Over and
All we would
over and
hear.
over.
so no one will ever get that off, sweetie.
Most people carry a little picture in their wallet. He carries that everywhere he goes.
I will say that I love my Epidemic. There's a lot of music that I think fits, like traveling videos, exploring videos. It is awesome. When Bob's Adventure approached me about sponsoring our Epidemic, I was ecstatic. And I've not got to do a lot of videos, but we use it for our intros and extras here. And I'm probably going to change my morning extra because I'm just so picky. I like the sound. Like our night music is perfect for a nighttime show. Our morning music just hadn't hit me just right just yet.
Right.
But I love the opportunity to keep changing and moving. And as I learn new technology, I'm going to figure out new ways of incorporating more music in with our show as well.
You'll know when you find the right song because it will give you goosebumps.
Yeah, I love the night show. I had a song I sort of liked on the morning, but I like changing it. I don't necessarily know that I would keep one a long time, like even the night one. I might would change it down the road, but I don't know. I just get in a mood to change things, and I gotta feel it to put it in there. But
Right. Yeah.
I actually would like a setup so that I could have a different one every morning, like show the video and then me play the music that I want for the day. I haven't figured out how to make that happen and the audio come through on the other end
Right.
with good quality, in other words.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. We're growing as a show, and just like you with DJing, you got to improvise sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly. You do.
So how's it work having to improvise and do that from the camping spot? The equipment basically works the same way, don't it? You just don't have a stage, right?
Yeah. I just set up right in front of the camper, and like I said, run the power back to the electrical box, and just set everything. Everything's digital, so it's all on the hard drive of the laptop. With this, I have a spare laptop, and then 2 external hard drives that has just backups if I God forbid something happens, and just set it up and set up my playlist and let her rip.
Good deal.
So, yep.
I always wanted to be a DJ. I thought that'd be a fun job.
Yeah. I would got another dollar tip from Alan Chitwood. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
And I'm getting some mean texts from some of my friends being mean to me. But anyway, Jerry, you would make a great DJ.
I used to do it when I was a kid. I always set up, of course, it was records at the time. I always had me 2 record players, sitting on the kitchen table.
What's a record? What's a record, Jerry Holly?
A lot of people don't know, but I still have some. Vinyl's coming back, just like I told you it always would, and so is Bell Bottoms. It's all going to be back before long.
Actually, you are not so off there, Jerry. I was in a Walmart a couple weeks ago, and in the women's section, some of the pants were almost bell bottoms. They were they were because and the pattern was like a weird plaid, like 70s. And because I even walked over and had to point them out to what's his name because they stood out. I was like, whoa.
I got Phyllis so hooked on calling her husband what's his name. She's gonna make reservations somewhere one of these days, and they're gonna ask for their name. She'll say Felicity and what's his name.
If I call him by his name, nobody knows who I'm talking about.
I can see it on his headstone now. Here's Lives. What's his name?
What's his name?
We won't say how he died. We just
I keep waiting for the shirts to come out.
I'm with you, well, Nelly. I love bell bottoms, and I kept 3 pair from the '80s just in case they ever come back. I don't know if I can fit in them, but I can do like that shirt. I'll squeeze in them.
That sounds like a fun day Friday thing to me.
Yeah, buddy.
My daughter always laughed at me. I told him, I said they'll be back, and finally, the youngest one finally admitted. She goes, "Dad, you're right. They're coming back."
Oh, Linda, yes, you would have totally been a hippie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Fire
So,
child going around spinning records.
Yep.
so since you've been doing your YouTube channel and your campsite DJing, have you gained any YouTube subscribers from the campground?
Yeah, I got a handful. Yeah,
They think it's pretty cool.
yeah. They look at the name and they're like, "No, that's awesome." They just like the name, you know. But now they. I have a few that actually subscribed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it'd be, of course, you can't because of copyright, but it'd be cool if you could live stream your DJ parties, wouldn't it?
You know what? That would be like awesome. I would like to do that so much, but
You may have to find you a whole playlist of, say, YouTube music that's free and do
Royalty
a
free.
DJ party and just do a clip, like a 10-minute clip, tell everybody what you're doing.
yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah.
So YouTube, I don't know if you know it, but YouTube has music you can use for free.
Yeah, I've used some of theirs, and I've gone into Epidemic Sound and looked at, because you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten that far with the site yet. I haven't really, gotten that deep with it. But I've checked out a few other sites that have royalty-free music, and actually the editing software that I use, they have music that you can use too. So
RV Reviews by the Air Force guy. I have a personal account because when I read over it, what I do with YouTube is considered personal. The commercial account was a whole nother level. I think it was like private weddings and stuff like that.
yeah,
So that was a different thing. But what we do, what I read when I signed up for it, YouTube was in on the personal side. So that's what I have.
oh, okay.
Bob's Adventure, Paul, if you'd ask him, Bob or everybody, Bob's Adventure sponsors ours, and I think it's like $15 a month. But if you go to Bob's Adventure page, YouTube channel, in one of his descriptions or his about page, he has a link. If you'll click on that link for Epidemic, you get your first month free.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So, anyway, so if any of y'all want Epidemic, go to Bob's Adventure, find that link, and if he has it, he can drop it. Bob's a moderator, so he could drop that link. And I think it helps him and you guys, whoever signs up. So,
Hey, we got Traveling Roberts in the house.
Traveling Robert's in the house. Got a bunch of fans in here. Traveling Robert was on the show the other day. That was cool. And he's a great guy. Me and the RV DJ have been talking about Traveling Robert just a while ago.
Yes, sir.
So good to have him in the house. And by the way, I have been consuming a lot of Robert's coffee that he drinks because Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Code just sent me 2 boxes of the coffee that Robert drinks, and I have drank nearly both of them boxes. I think I got 5 cups left. So that's pretty cool. So
Wow.
Thanks for the coffee tip there, Traveling Robert. That's been some good stuff. So, anybody got questions out here? Let me see. Let me run up here and see if we got any questions in here. I think I answered all the questions that everybody has. I got another 99 cents from Alan. Thanks, guys. So, what is new, and you got anything new and up and coming in on your channel or RV wise you got coming up? Are you moving spots? Or you?
I do lives when I can. I don't like stepping on anybody's toes, so I do lives when I can fit them in there. Um, and every week, the day changes depending on when I have gigs and stuff. But every week I do something called Everything Fun Trivia, and pretty much people come in, usual trivia stuff, but we make it fun. So there's a lot of laughing. People purposely put in the wrong answers. A lot of joking and laughing and stuff like that. And it's a whole lot of fun. People get a kick out of it. They look forward to it. And then when I get to the last question, I'll spend another half an hour or 45 minutes just talking and stuff like that. And people are like, no, we want more. And I'm like, well, I don't have any more questions. That's it. So it's a fun time.
I think that YouTube is a hit because people's tired of networks deciding what we watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy at the basic stuff that entertains people on YouTube. We're so sick of this produced high-end stuff. We're ready just to sit around and laugh about stupid things.
And that's my thing. I love making people laugh. I love, making people smile and have a good time and stuff like that. So, and I'll be goofy, and people get a kick out of it, and it's just a fun time, And like what you see here, this is, I tell everybody, this is what you get. This is me,
Oh, yeah. If you don't fake, you don't have to worry about what you were doing yesterday, right?
What was that?
I said, if you're not a faker, if you're true to the audience every day, you don't have to worry about who you was the day before.
Right.
I try to keep my show very intellectual and non-complicated. And try to
Let me bring up that picture I got a while ago.
That's all I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen my Ewok impersonation yet?
No.
You ready? You're gonna get a kick out of it. Hold on, get the hair out of the way.
This ought to be good. That is so good.
Oh, that's funny.
That is good. You got that down. Meemaws Matters wants to know if you have your new kitty with you. I know that answer, but if not, you have a picture.
I do have a picture. I'm not home at the moment, but I will show you a picture.
Got a new fur baby. For those who don't know, we heard about it, I think, this morning on the show.
Yeah.
And she brought a picture. Don't have the fur baby just yet.
Now we have the fur baby's home.
Okay.
First, I will show you a picture of Jackson. Jackson is the one that we put down, unfortunately, last week. He was really sick. So this is Jackson. And
while he's looking for that other one, I noticed Kenneth Oaks is in here. He got me limited the other night.
This is Sierra.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
She's 2 years old.
Oh.
And they just picked her up today, so.
See you, Grassroots Living. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for teaming up with the RV DJ, too. So
Nursing Our Travel Bug wants to know if you have your pen with you.
Yes.
Wait,
hold on.
This should be good.
You have to watch the 40-question challenge for this one, but I'll do it anyway. It depends.
So we gotta watch your 40-question challenge. Okay.
You'll understand all about the pens. Yes.
Yeah. There's the travel bug just clicking the pen. So.
Keep everybody.
Good night, Tyler Robert.
See you, Traveling Robert. Thanks for coming by.
Past is
Yeah, you gotta.
time.
You have to understand that that's what the whole pen thing, and Sherry was yelling at me, stop with the pens. There's the pen again. Stop with the pen.
So kind of like with Gary and his little clicker thing around his neck.
Yeah.
Click, click, click. I text him. I'm like, click, click.
Yeah, that's my lanyard for my badge at school. And I sat here the whole show and I click, 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 click.
Oh, you
click.
hear this?
Yeah, you hear that?
Hear that.
Under the desk. Go.
Between the peanut butter jelly time dance and the pens and the Ewok, I think I got something going on there.
Oh, man. Thanks, Alan Chitwood, for the $1 tip. I appreciate that. I'm not like Traveling Robert. I don't have a saying. I just say thank you. Traveling Robert's cool. He's been on a lot longer than me. Maybe one of these days I'll have a cool saying. So, anybody got any questions for our guest tonight? We're just hanging out chatting. So we're going to get her to do the hustle here in a minute. We're going to bring up Christy, Angela, and Jerry, and Sonia, and they're going to do the hustle.
Let me go get my other shirt back on, my bell bottoms.
Hey, Jerry, you need one of them furry hats. You need one of them furry hats. Who was it wore the furry hat back in the 70s? One of the bands that wore they were like white and they were furry.
That's the furries you're thinking of, that other channel that does the furries all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. I think, you're going way back. I'm a lot younger than you, so I don't remember that.
Yeah, right. So Camping Therapy wants to know about your first gigs. I guess RV gigs. I mean, DJ gigs.
My first DJ gig when I started the business, or my first DJ gig at the campgrounds ever?
I don't know. She just said ask about her first gigs.
My very first gig was, of all things, a wedding. Yeah, a wedding. That was my first my first gig.
It wasn't an epic failure, was it?
Well, first of all, weddings are always a pain in the butt sometimes because, you ask for a playlist for, the cocktail hour, the dinner, and the reception. So you always get like 4 pages of music. And then the bride decides to change the music the day before the wedding. So it's a scramble to get what I don't have and put everything together and playlists. And oh my God, it was a mess. It worked out at the end, but on my end, I was just scrambling around because I'm like, oh my God, this is my first gig. I need to do announcements. I got to do this. So I was sweating a little bit, but it came together. So I was happy.
Do you get paid before your gig or after your gig?
I thought she was going to say she played Jerry Reed's song. She got the gold mine, I got the shaft. I thought that's what she was going to say she played.
If you get paid before the gig, there might be a little special song for that bride at the end of my show.
Some of the gigs, the private gigs, the private gigs, I'll either, they have a choice of either giving me a deposit or paying the whole thing in full in front. So it's 50-50. Some do, some give the deposit and pay the rest at the end. Some just give you the whole thing up front. It varies.
I think I'd have more fun if they paid me up front.
You know you were going to get paid, yeah.
Yeah.
No rules then, right, Jerry?
That's right.
Yep, she
That
got
guy
the
say,
gold
yeah,
mine, I got
you know,
the
your
shaft.
bride called me yesterday and changed your whole music list. So, you know, you might be wanting to be ready for sudden changes in your marriage.
Oh man. Let's
I
see.
just did a birthday party this past Saturday for one of the families that I know at the campground for their daughter who turned 15. And she wanted a Halloween theme for her birthday. So that was easy to do. So because I had a whole bunch of Halloween music and mixed it up in there with the other stuff that they always like to hear. So that was pretty cool.
So, did you do the Thriller?
I had Thriller, I had all that stuff in there. Time Warp,
Oh,
We're in London, Monster Mash, Purple People Eater, all those popular Halloween songs and stuff.
So somebody
You
wants to
don't
know
know them,
what
be
was the new kitty's name. What did you say the new kitty's name was?
Sierra.
Sierra. Yeah, I should have remembered that. I forgot. I knew that and forgot it.
I had already answered her in the chat.
I'm sorry. Tell me in the private chat. Done answered.
You don't always read the private chat, Mr.
I've
Gary.
been on that lately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Foster even answered it too. So there's lots
Jim
of
Foster, my other man.
Like everyone in the chat is answering that, Gary.
That's my other
I
half.
have multiple jobs. Ask Sonya how easy it is to run a show. Run the board, ask the questions, greet the guests, greet the chat, talk to the producer who's just answering questions in the chat, and the co-host over there that comes in with inappropriate clothes on.
I hope I didn't get this one limited for you.
Jerry is very hard to control. I'm just going to throw this out there.
Jerry's a party animal.
I'm very
know.
respected in my field.
I'm up
Jerry,
late
calm
at
down.
night trying to
Calm
take
down,
care of Jerry.
They got a song about Jerry. They call him
Calm
the
down.
fireman.
Calm down, Jerry.
Hey, Felix don't live that far away.
They call me the fireman. That's my name.
Yeah, see, his way homestead. I got my clothes on. I don't know why.
He
It didn't
runs
fit.
around.
His Way Homestead came in late. He did not get to see the show.
I still have my clothes on. It just don't fit correctly.
There was an entire section of your body that we all got to see.
Well, it's not the first time you've seen it.
Oh,
Let's
this is
just say-
true.
His Way Homestead, they made a drink about it. It was called the Fuzzy Navel, I think.
Hey, at least I had a white shirt on, so it's white.
At least the niblets were covered this time.
Somebody asked while I was on the chat, what is people keep talking about niblets?
You're gonna have to go back and watch another live stream to find that out.
That would have been wow. When was it you came down here? It was on your way back home when you stopped and seen your friend in Arkansas, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember when it was.
His Way, I think we've all seen Captain Jack.
I'm surprised when Captain Jack has a shirt on. It's when it surprises me.
I watched one video of his and he had clothes on, and I asked him how cold it was outside. There had to be a reason, right?
So, Sonia, when you do these dance parties at the campground, do they ever get out of hand?
The
Like,
only
does alcohol ever take over with the guests? Not you, but with the guests?
No, I've never had any issues with the people that show up with alcohol or fights or anything like that. The only instance that I had was about 10 years ago. It was in the fall sometime. It might have been one of the Halloween weekends. I was inside one of the rec halls, and I'm playing, and the place is mobbed. Like, you can't fit another person in the building.
Back in the good old days.
And there was a kid in the middle of the floor who was, not that I, he was breakdancing to the music that I was playing. And there were people in a circle all around him and watching him dance and clapping and cheering him on and everything. So, and I'm on a stage, so I'm looking down over everybody, to what he's doing. And I go to turn to look for, at the time, a CD when I used to carry CDs. And I'm doing something, and I look over, and somebody shined a flashlight at me like this. They're pressing the button, and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, cut the music. What the heck, And all of a sudden, all these people are like, oh my God, is he okay? And I'm like, what is going on? So I turned the music off. And here, this kid was dancing so hard, he dislocated his knee.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dislocated his knee, yeah.
Wow.
So, of course, that was the end of that. But, they called the ambulance and they came and they, took him to the hospital and stuff. But I come to find out later on from his mother that he had one bad knee already that he dislocates almost constantly. This was his good knee that he dislocated that night. So, yeah, so he was a mess. Yeah, that was about the only major thing I've ever had, and happened at one of my gigs.
Wow, that's bad. That is bad.
He did a good job on himself.
Oh,
Jerry, that's the reason Jerry gave up breakdancing.
Yeah, it was.
Breakdancing guru.
Yeah, yep. He was, and I heard this god awful scream, but I didn't know if it was somebody that was screaming because they were having fun or like laughing or whatever. And it just kept on persist. I was like, oh my God! And then I found out what happened. So,
man, RV Weekend said she used to like to drink the fuzzy navel. Not anymore. Nobody would ever drink that drink again. Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something y'all may not have ever known. But back in the 70s, there was a real famous movie that came out. And John Travolta played the main character alongside Olivia Newton-John. Do y'all know that Jerry Hawley passed up that role?
As Olivia Newton-John? He was supposed to be Sandy. I'm thinking.
Can you just see me at the drive-in and see? Oh, Sandy, baby, someday when high school is done. That one.
He knew way too much of that.
I'm impressed that you know the words.
I can quote you the movie Grease word for word from start to finish. That was one of my favorite movies.
Really?
My youngest daughter loved it, so we watched it like Finding Nemo. Like Finding Nemo, I can quote every word in Finding Nemo. I can quote every word in Grease. Yeah.
So what did you think of Grease 2?
Oh no.
I liked it wasn't nothing like Grease. The only song I liked in was Cool
Rider. Yeah. But it wasn't probably because of the song though, right? It was the hot chick.
I don't remember who sang it. Yeah,
Bill said
pants on, but I don't remember who it was. No.
Bill said
I watched it. I don't watch it. Now that could have sang that one, but I didn't drop out. See, I graduated.
Oh man,
back there too.
Oh man. So that's
Grease 2 was not good.
I liked it okay, but it's definitely not the first time.
Like 20 times, yeah.
Yeah, it would never be as good as the first one.
Who's that guy? I like that one too. in the middle of the night. Yeah.
So
I
there was
wanna go
another
into-
movie.
Yeah.
There was another movie that. So do y'all remember the movie School of Rock?
Oh yeah.
The star of it was Jack Black. Y'all remember?
Jack
Jerry
Black,
Holly
yeah.
turned down that role as well.
I don't think I ever watched that movie.
Oh, you gotta watch School of Rock. That's a good show.
I kind of can't stand Jack Black.
Would y'all like to know why Jerry turned that role down? Of
Yeah, I
course, he
would.
didn't pay enough money.
I would like to know why I turned it down for sure.
Nursing our travel bug. I just remember the reproduction.
Ooh, reproduction.
Oh my god, that was great.
No, that was, it had Grease 2 had some good songs on it, but the storyline was kind of silly because it's just like they changed roles with Olivia Newton-John and
I couldn't
just-
stand. Yeah, I couldn't stand Maxwell Caulfield. Something about him is just like. bleh. Oh man.
I got another for y'all. Just a second here.
Oh.
Talk amongst yourself.
I didn't turn down no other roles. I'm going to go into community theater though. That's what I want to do when I get retired.
When you grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to grow up to. I'm never growing up, so I can't wait for that.
You should do that, man. You know a lot of movie stuff.
What was the movie? I thought Jack Black played in it, but he may not have. I'm gonna have to find it.
I got reproduction stuck in my head now.
Right.
Well, I'll
does
think of it.
the
We don't find unless I can think of it. Oh Lord!
Oh.
Jerry coming out in that shirt remind me of the Jack Black movie Nacho.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
Oh, Libre. What's his name said you should have done fat guy in a little shirt.
Yeah.
Nacho
Oh man!
The only role I ever wanted to play in my life was Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday.
Yeah,
Say
but
when. Say when. So I'd have been so good in that role. I'll be your Huckleberry. I ain't even get that southern drawl going. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. Yeah.
but that's not the best one. That one's only good because I wasn't in.
Oh man, see, I'd like rather see him than Stevie Nicks.
That's awesome.
That is cool, Gary. I treasure that. That's Radar O'Reilly.
You autographed your own.
You.
I autographed my own picture.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I was going to show you a famous picture of people I got, but I don't have any.
I forgot to autograph your mug before I sent it to you.
You didn't even do that.
Which
That's a role you should have played. Austin Powers, cheap bastard.
I had to go back through what I missed in the chat. I was trying to think of another movie. I
There's some
cannot
trouble.
think of it. Drive me crazy.
He'll think of it about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Let's get back to our RV DJ. There's got to be something else. Somebody's got some questions here, surely. I'm still thinking reproduction in my head. So
Right. We need a new song. I hope that don't get you a copyright strike.
Oh well, wouldn't be the first time.
That's a true name. It's a true name. It was off a movie.
I'm getting private text about Jerry Ollie now.
Kick him off. Kick him off.
Jerry, read the group text.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Nettie is texting. You better look.
Oh, I still got my phone on vibrate from the meeting. That's why I'm not hearing none of them.
Oh man. Oh man. Son, you just didn't realize what went on one of these shows, did you?
Well, I've watched them before.
See, Sonia, I have to be good on the morning show because I'm working from my office, so I had to be good. It's
Right.
Kate bar the door here. I'm in my house. Well, I'm in my daughter's house.
He's got to play fireman in the morning.
Meemaws Matters wants to know what the strangest gig is you've had to do.
Yeah, that's what my question.
Strangest gig. I don't think I've had any strange ones.
Hey, Slow Mo.
No momentum in the house.
Only long enough to say hey, and then he's going to bed.
Uh-oh, juice time.
I haven't had any.
Nursing our travel bug won't let go of the reproduction song.
Reproduction. Word of the Paul.
Oh, that's the movie, Timmy Ray. All right, so y'all remember the movie Kung Fu Panda? Judy also turned that road out. Can y'all see Jerry as the Kung Fu Panda? He nearly
Yes.
looks like him.
Actually, yes.
You got a special gift coming in the mail.
What type of event is your favorite to do?
Yeah.
I like the pool parties. I like the beach parties. They're fun to do. Because with the pool parties at the one campground, well, actually at a few of them, I give out the medium-sized beach balls. So and it's funny especially with the kids, when they find out that I'm playing that afternoon, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna give us beach balls today?" And I'm like, "Yep, I got beach balls." So they get all excited, So when I do a 3-hour gig, about halfway through, I'll make an announcement. If I'm going to be throwing out the beach balls in 5 minutes or so. So if you want to, take a chance of getting a beach ball, make sure you're in that pool. So, and then when they see me walking with the huge, bag full of inflated beach balls walking towards the pool deck, it's like watching cockroaches just jump into the pool. Everybody clears the pool deck, and there's like you're the only one standing there because everybody's in the pool, So
I heard a rumor that you might have worked in a go-go club.
Thanks, camping therapy. Jesus.
No, it was not her, but
no, I saw it in the chat.
I'm guessing this is not a rumor after all. Do tell.
I saw it in the chat earlier, but I was hoping it would get.
Oh, I didn't see that earlier.
Yeah, she said it earlier. Yeah.
Oh.
So she's like Judge that's up for Supreme Court. She's neither going to confirm nor deny that.
I think she confirmed it.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
I worked in a couple of them, but that's all good. Playing music, that is.
Oh, okay. See, I completely misunderstood that because. So how do you go about getting a job as a DJ at a go-go club? How does that work exactly? Did you just answer a classified ad, or did you go in and say, "Hey, do you need a DJ? 'Cause these girls need some music."
It was in the very beginning when I first started the business. So you're talking like 1995, 96. And it was just
the time you were born, Felix.
Right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm going to be 26 forever. So yeah, that'd be pretty close.
Yeah, so it was just a matter of trying to like find work and get the business started, and so I took all your DJs, they do the club scene and all that, but, so it was kind of par for the course. But I worked in one for a couple of years, and then I worked at another one for a couple of years. So it was an interesting experience. Kind of a lot of this.
I thought I'd recognize you. I think you did a couple when I was working for the Chunkendales. I think you DJ'd a couple of those events. Hey, people got to eat, Felix. There was time that the fire department wasn't very good,
So were you living on ramen? Because no.
That's what I'm living on now.
Well, I mean, what Gary pays us, we kind of have to, right?
Well, I figure they're 10 for $1. So if we can put our money together, we might be able to get 5 and split them.
Oh Lord. Jerry Holly. Jerry keeps leaving Jerry interesting. Business card everywhere he goes, so you never know.
Yeah, Gary Hartline. Everybody in the South thinks my name's Gary. Walk in any place. Hey, Gary, how you doing? You're doing just good. Fine.
Yeah. His way said he won't be able to eat for a week after that mental image. So.
Hey, look, we're not all 10s, people. We're not all 10s.
You had to eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to get that figure, didn't you, Jerry Holly?
I was right in between, the Chippendales and the Chunkendales. I just ate a couple more cakes. Boom, I'm in.
You had to what is it? Lean up for the part.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting ready for the fight, Gary do fire pole dancing. It depends on what it pays.
So I will say, did I tell y'all about going to look at the house the other day that had the bracket in the center of the bedroom?
No, I think I missed that whole conversation. But some kind of swings coming in my mind.
Oh, his way wants to know if you do fire pole dancing.
If the price is right,
I think he wants to hire you. That's what I'm gathering. He wants to hire you for his event.
All this will come for free.
He wants you to wear that T-shirt you had.
And Sonia can play the music.
And the bell bottom.
I'm seeing a 1970s get together. Everybody be in 70s dress. We'll get Sonia to DJ it for us. We'll be reproduction.
I'll dress up in a white tuxedo. Y'all tell me who I am.
John Travolta at Saturday Night Fever.
The plane.
You're not that tall. Come on.
The plane.
The plane ball.
Said she was done drinking.
Can Jerry belly dance with that shirt?
I'm good with or without it.
We're all going to have some weird dreams tonight.
Sonia, you out on some interesting conversations for sure. We ain't had this much fun. I couldn't tell you when.
Poor Sonia.
I tell you why I'm in a good mood. I figured my retirement, goes by age and years of service, and it all got to collaborate together. Friday, I hit the magic number of 85. So that means I can go anytime. So I told my boss today, 2 bad days in a row.
Yep.
It gives you a little bit of freedom feeling that you can be happy about.
So you're in that 85% of your check range?
I hit it Friday afternoon when it turned into the next quarter.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Mel Eddie, I know she keeps telling me retire. The only thing that would kill me is insurance.
Oh man, that sucked your paycheck dry. Well, that's me with school bus driving. I'll have my years in about 58 or 59, which is about 6 or 7 more years. But if I walk away, they'll get my whole check in insurance.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So Meemaw's Matters wants to know what Jerry's drinking.
Here? It's Diet Pepsi. Use the empty can to prove it. This show is sponsored to you by Diet Pepsi.
Y'all be sure to go over and check out Sonia's channel.
Yeah, definitely.
4:13 we started tonight in the green room. And now she is up to, if my page will reload, 4:15. That ain't right because it's 4:15. And Grassroots Living said they subscribed. I subscribed.
I already did. I already been on his sub list for a while.
It says 4:15. I don't know. But anyway, you gained a couple anyway. So if y'all haven't subscribed, go over there and subscribe.
Well, I mean, honestly, everybody in here probably already
knows her.
Yeah. So,
because the RV DJ is pretty popular.
Yeah, and the names that we don't recognize, I'm sure, came over because of her. So,
there's a few of them in here that are that I know from Traveling Robert's chat. So when they found out that I was going to be on, they all came over to support you guys too. So
I think it's awesome. Traveling Robert came in to support you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we kind of follow each other around now because I'll do a Friday afternoon trivia or drive stream or something before his live stream at 6:00, and then we'll all go and raid his live stream. So
that's pretty cool.
We go back and forth with each other. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. We've had a great crowd tonight. You brought a crowd because at one time we were well over 40. Nice. That's pretty good for us.
Yeah,
on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, you really dragged them in here.
So thank Alan Chitwood for the $1 tip again. Hey, I love those $1 tips.
Well, yeah, me too. I lived on them for years. $1 tips.
So this week I've got I'm doing a Friday drive stream on my way down to the campground. Just of course I'll have my other half with me, so he'll be reading the comments and stuff while I'm driving along. And then Sunday night at 8:00 Eastern is the trivia again. It was the only night I could fit it in, so
as long as Felix is there, I might try it. If Felix is in your trivia game, I just leave. Because she knows everything about everything.
What Jerry's trying to say is, Jerry's trying to say this. Is he smarter than Felix? It's just not quicker than Felix. That's what he's trying to say. What it sounds like, don't it, you, Felix?
Jerry's good at trivia, but he's not as quick.
Oh, man. Thrifty
It's definitely laugh and learn because we do a lot of laughing, and sometimes I surprise myself with the questions, stuff that I don't know. So Sue calls it laugh and learn, and that's exactly what it is.
So you guys don't forget, in the morning, we got Living Yes in the morning. on the show. Tonight, right after our show, Rayleigh Creative Travel is going to do what? He's filling in for Johnny's journey.
They're doing their 40 question challenge. They got challenged by someone. So they're doing their 40 question challenge, and it's a hangout chat.
Have you did that, Sonia? Have you been challenged yet?
I did mine yesterday, so it's up there.
Okay.
That's what I was saying before about the whole pen thing. The pen clicking things in there,
and Jerry was challenged, and Gary was challenged, and Nettie was challenged, and I haven't seen a video from any of them.
Because you didn't watch the video.
You notice he just kind of gets further and further back, like he's trying to hide.
You lean back in that chair. We're calling 911. That's all I got to say.
No email from Felix. No email. No.
No, it would have.
No Facebook thing. No. Twitter,
actually, it was sent in a text. It was sent in a text. But if you actually watched my videos, you would have known that you were challenged.
You know what? I just ran
or you didn't even have to watch the video. You could have just read the description of the video.
I just ran your playlist from 8 o'clock this morning until I got back home. I didn't watch any of them, but I ran that playlist.
Now Nettie gets a break because she's where she don't have any internet. So even if she did a video, she probably couldn't upload it. So
you saw me in and out this morning and like this morning. Like,
no break for YouTube.
You seen how bad my internet was this morning? I was there, then I was gone. And I'm there and I'm gone.
Hey, Gary, can you pass me some potato chips, please? Just hand them over. Hand me over some chips. Thanks.
No barbecue.
Oh, there you go. He's got chips.
We don't want none of yours, Jerry. You've been licking your fingers and double dipping.
Oh, you've been challenged twice now, Gary, because Kenneth did his this morning and he also challenged you.
Oh, Lord. I'll tell you, like I told Felix, how did y'all think I was going to have time to do that?
It took 5 minutes to answer all those questions. All you got to do is go down the list, answer the question while you're recording, and then upload it to YouTube. It's not that hard.
Remember what you just said? Jerry's good, but he's not very fast.
If anybody's interested, I do have stickers. If anybody wants to do a sticker swap.
Yes. Yeah. So that's
and they're so cute. They're really cute stickers.
So what's your email address?
What was that?
What's your email address so they can contact you?
It's ESPROD1@AOL.com. And this is what the sticker looks like.
That's cool. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. True Duo just gave me an idea. I'll do my 40 questions on a live. Woo!
That's how I did mine.
Friday, Sunday.
Several have done them on the live stream, so that's
I'm going to do
doable.
mine on Gary's live. We'll just see how fast I am, Felix. You might want to book an extra hour that morning, is all I'm saying.
Do I need to book another hour in the studio that day?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you guys did not watch Lily's, you should really go watch Lily's. The whole video is like 2 minutes and 20 seconds long.
That's a cool sticker.
I'll trade you. I'll get your email and I'll send you one. They're limited edition.
So can they find your email at your About page?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. All right. So go to the RVDJ and go to the About page, and she got her email there. So.
Yeah, and her boyfriend dropped it in the chat. So, and so did Eddie.
Good deal.
I sent Felix one for their trailer, and when they came by, I saw it. It was on the underneath side, and you had to actually be back out to see it. Yeah, it was underneath the side, under the camper, like underneath it.
She said that she was gonna. There was a handle there under the bottom, and I don't know what she said. The handle done. It said it drained water or something. Anyway, she said she was gonna put yours right there on the top.
We don't have plumbing.
I think it was.
We don't have plumbing.
I think it was a small hole in the bottom, and she was trying to plug. I think.
You know what I'm gonna do when
they are vinyl. You know, they're vinyl. They're good for patching stuff. Like if you got a little piece of your trailer.
No, it would be good to stick over Gary's mouth. That's what it would be good for.
Maybe we can get him to cut that beard down a little bit.
You know what?
Rip it out.
I know what it's for, but it's worth paying whatever you got to pay to trim that thing down a little bit.
Yeah, you are getting a little shaggy.
Jerry, she put your sticker. I don't even know if I should even go there. I'm just going to say over the funnel that they had laying in the floor of their camper.
The Go Girl.
My morning shows enough. Y'all will know what Felix thinks about the funnel.
The Go Girl is not a pleasant camping item. Let's just put it that way.
Works pretty good for me because I don't even have to open the door all the way.
Okay, well, that's not how it's supposed to be used, but okay.
If you get 3 of them and extend them out, you don't have to crack the door.
Well, why not just use a large hose or something? Wouldn't that be easier?
Oh, Lord.
They were on sale. Those Go Girls were on sale.
No funnels.
No funnels, Sherry says. No funnels. Does Sticker Mule sell pasties?
All right, we're going to leave on that note. Y'all go see Ready Creative Travel. We're done. Thanks, Sonya. Great having you.
Sonya's great.
See you guys in the morning. Y'all come by in the morning and see us Monday through Friday every morning. Love you guys.
I'll shoot you an email on that sticker swap.
Yep, definitely.
I'm a little off and I can't stop.